Let's have a quick look at the Whetman equipment paddle leash. So there are obviously two parts. You have this part here which is wrapping around the paddle shaft and there's quick release in itself, and then this obviously second part which is the anchor point to your boat or your person, and so that's in two parts. You have the cam buckle anchor which is tied off, and then you have the other element which will release off the cam buckle should you need to. And then your cord, which is floating, high visibility 3mm braided cord. And obviously once you've set your system up and decided where you're going to put your anchor points, before you go in the water, make sure that the cord is long enough for you to extend and reach to perform your rolling. Okay, so this knot here isn't super tight, so that you can adjust the cord length so that it's at its minimum length, which still allows you full rolling reaching ability. Okay, so obviously important to check that before you tie that tight and cut the cord. Here the paddle leash is anchored to the boat at the center point in front of the cockpit on some shock cord, which gives it a little bit of damping should you need it if you're rolling, for example. And being in the center means that if you roll on the left or the right, then the cord will obviously be equal in length that it provides for you, and it's easy to access. Once you're familiar with that position, you can grab the tail and release it if need be, and it will come off nice and easily. The paddle leash here is again anchored in the center of the boat, but this time tied off to the release strap of the spray deck. So obviously if you swim, then the paddle leash and the paddles goes with you rather than connected to the boat. And it's also still very easy to disconnect. You just pull that back and it will disconnect without compromising in any way the release strap of the spray deck. Commonly used by coaches as a preference to other tie-off points. The paddle leash here has been connected directly to the user's PFD to one side and tied robustly to the webbing, and so it's solid and secure. And obviously if you swim, then the paddle leash and paddle goes with you. One advantage is with this, the leash can be slightly shorter, given the length to reach and roll will be slightly shorter. And obviously you can reach it very easily and pull that lever and the leash will release off that mechanism. So that's another option which some people use, and other people prefer to connect the leash to the boat. Pros and cons. Study that and make your own decision which system is best for you. This is the wrap around the paddle shaft, and the yellow tab faces towards the paddler, which is the quick release tab. It's been wrapped very tight so it can't rotate or slide up and down the shaft, and the leash itself is facing away towards the anchor point on the boat or your person. So off you go. You can paddle, and to release it, I'll try and do it with one hand. You just pull that yellow tab and a little bit of tension on the cord and off it falls really easily, so you can disconnect if you have a malfunction. So disconnect on this end and also the end you have anchored the cord to as well. So you have two quick release systems on this paddle leash.